I have the honor, the privilege, and the weighty responsibility of speaking as the last advisor to Tsisqan Lodge. To do that, I started by reaching out to past lodge advisors and asking if they had any ideas for a contribution for this presentation. First of all, there are a number of past advisors in the room here, and if I can quickly go through backwards chronological order, Fred Linton is here. He was an advisor from 2019 to 2021. Hey, Fred. Chris Graves, who you've seen up here, was the advisor from 2011 to 2019. These are surviving advisors. In 2004 and 2006, Andy Latome. Andy's not here tonight. Jim Wiley was the advisor from 2001 to 2004. And now we go to the previous century. Mike Johnson from 1995 to 2001. And lastly, Don Miller. He had two stints as the advisor, one in 1988 and another in 1994. Don is not with us here tonight, but he did. I did ask if I could read one of his statements. He told the story about. I won't read the whole thing, but he told the story of he and Pat Patterson that went to a training event down in California, and. The scouts went off to the training and they decided to go lay in the grass because it hadn't been 75 degrees for a long time up here. And the other advisors were going, "What are you doing? You've got scouts over here." And he said, "Yeah, this is a scout-led group. They can handle themselves." And sure enough, they did. So he enjoyed telling that story. And Don did write and say, "I hope that as Tsisqan makes this final transition to Kunamak's Lodge, that all of you will continue to carry on the example set by the grandfather lodge and keep making me extremely proud." Don Miller. And as I said, Andy Latome wasn't here. He gave a wonderful story of being at summer camp and watching the ceremonial team canoe into the campfire bowl and do their call out. And Andy ends his story with, "More than a century ago, our founder said that the order is a thing of the spirit, but it is also a thing of memories. Each of you comes with memories of the order of Tsisqan Lodge from your past, and beginning today, each of you has the opportunity to create memories for the future, not only for yourselves, but for each scout who will test the bow. Warmest regards and happiest trails." So that was from Don and Andy. My Order of the Arrow history was informed greatly by ceremonies, so whenever I have to speak to a group, I often tap into the ceremonies. And I'd like to offer you one that I actually shared last year for our 80th anniversary, and I've updated it for this occasion, and I would offer you the legend of Tsisqan. Years ago, in the dim ages, in the valley of the Willamette, lived a peaceful tribe of Boy Scouts. Camp Lucky Boy staff, their name was. Deer and bear, wildcat and panther, through the forest deftly they evaded. And on the bosom of the Mackenzie, peacefully they fished and paddled. Round their busy camping shelters, still the chase they nimbly followed. And in this state of bliss so happy, many moons they lived contented. Springtime blossomed into camping season. Summer scouting into school bells ripened, and autumn slept on winter's bosom, and thus the seasons, in succession, never ending, seemed to pass on. But behold, dark clouds afar changed how soon this peaceful aspect. Yet with hopeful and sanguine hearts, new council members and distant executives boldly gave visions of a new purpose with tales of a noble service order. Then executives Colliher and Compton made quick inquiry. Who will go and cheerfully advance this new Order of the Arrow service to all Western Oregon brothers? But none wished to make the journey. Then spoke up noble Vitus, worthy staffer from Camp Lucky Boy. "Oh, my executives, we are ready. Send me and my fellows on this gracious errand. If we would maintain strong camps, we must stand by one another. Let us all urge on our kindred firm devotion to scout camping and our cause, and ourselves forgetting, let us catch the higher vision. Let us find the greater beauty in the life of cheerful service." So off upon the road they started, the old executives and young staffers, and in every village some were found who were quite willing to spend themselves in other service with gladness in their hearts. And they who first themselves had offered for the service of their brethren to the places most respected by the council executives were promoted, said he who serves his fellows are, of all his fellows, greatest. And as an election ballot dropped in a mailbox bears quick membership, so the saying in their executive in their hearts found glad acceptance, and they asked that in some manner the council should make its memory lasting. So together, fast and firmly, and with the approval of the Oregon Trail Council Board, executives Wells bound these scouts into a great and honored Tsisqan order, into which could be admitted only those who their own interest can forget in serving others, as long as they have the right age, rank, and camping requirements. Word of this noble service order spread swiftly as a running deer to neighboring camps and staffers. With gladness in their hearts, they asked for this honor and were deftly inducted by Tsisqan. And lodges were born across the land, calling themselves Tsisqan Moskwa, Kelsima, Tsisqan Klahow'ya, Kilshan, and Kumkum. And two southerly neighbors that will become family, Mazama and Makwala. And those lodges begat even more lodges, and brothers at great distances looked at Tsisqan as their grandfather in brotherhood, cheerfulness, and service. The grandfather lodge is now put to rest. With gladness and spirit and pride in our hearts, the love and tradition descended from those noble scouts, shining more than 80 years, lives brightly in our hearts and our consciences. And firm must be our purpose so to live, that all future scouts, tender or wizened, taking note of our devotion, shall be inspired to seek the order themselves. We therefore, from them succeeding, to the present day and beyond, perpetuate the goals and purpose of this grandfather lodge of cheerful service. Called by the Willamettes, we mock Tendiyank, Wingo Lautsik, Witahemway. As Lodge advisor, I'm keenly aware that I stand on the shoulders of the advisors before me, and I've been humbled and learned a great deal working with the scouts here, and I've appreciated the entire experience. And I now have the great joy of introducing the advisor that will take us on to the next step, and Mr. Joe Roddy, advisor of Tsisqan Lodge.